I've been with Purdue for 4 decades. I've seen a lot of things come and go. We were receiving lots and lots of calls about antibiotics, and it just wasn't going away. As a guy that was using antibiotics with growing birds, it was really concerning. We were thinking we were using it the right way, so it made us really think. We asked ourselves, if we're not putting antibiotics on our kids' cereal every morning, why in the world would we be giving it to every chicken every day? So Purdue had to make a choice. We either could defend and keep doing the old system, or we could change how we raise our birds.
There are 4 reasons why a chicken company might use an antibiotic. One was to put it in the egg as you vaccinate it. The second was growth promotion, and you'd put a little bit of antibiotic in the feed, and that would control the bacterial population in their gut, and they would grow optimally. Third reason is there's a disease in chickens called coccidiosis, which is like a parasite. You would use an antibiotic to treat and to prevent coccidiosis. And then there's the 4th reason, which is when a flock is sick, you would treat the sick flock. Every time you use an antibiotic, you can create resistant bacteria. The No Antibiotics Ever project started about paying attention to what consumers are worried about, and what they called to ask is, we heard you use a lot of antibiotics, and surely, Purdue, you could come up with a way to raise them where that wasn't necessary. So we had to do a number of things, obviously, to kind of work our way through this problem. One is cleaner eggs. Then we needed to bring it to a clean hatchery. We had a definition of clean, but we needed to redefine that. And we started using ATP meters. These ATP meters are used in hospitals and areas that are really focused on sanitation. So we took that tool and applied it to chicken production. And the feed had to change. We wanted to put in probiotics and help the digestive process for a chicken to be as natural as it possibly could. We needed to raise chickens respectfully in a way that we could reduce the stressors as much as possible. If a house gets sick, we treat the house, but they don't go into our No Antibiotics Ever label. It's not really No Antibiotics Ever as much as it's no antibiotics needed.
Birds do over the holidays. They did really good.
As a long-term operations guy with the company, antibiotics made my job easier. We needed the farmers to change from being reactive to proactive. Because the minute they saw something on the farm, what were they used to? We would bring them antibiotics. And now we had to spend more time explaining why they did need antibiotics.
The chickens look really good. They're eating, they're drinking, they're resting, they're playing. They're doing what chickens should do.
They had to pay more attention to their birds. They had to get cleaner water. They had to work on ventilation. They had to have the floors be drier. The main thing was they had to dig a little deeper into the chickens' behavior. They needed to react faster to when the chickens were off.
A lot of people, when we say we have chicken houses, they really think it's like a little small house in the backyard. They're not. They are 42 by 500 foot. They're 21,000 square feet. They are tunnel ventilated houses, which means the air comes through the front and is sucked out the back. It feels better in the chicken house in the summertime than it does outside. When it was first discussed with me, my reaction was very wary. What am I going to do if I get sick chickens? That was my biggest concern, probably the whole thing. Which, if I lose a chicken, that's my income.
That's how we stay in business, is taking care of animals and making sure that they are healthy.
The biggest change we had was being more proactive. We really had to watch the birds more. We had to really focus on the water consumption.
The water will tell you a lot as far as the bird health and the environment in the house, what's going on.
Check house 5 last night, the water a little lower than the rest of it.
So since we made the change, we haven't seen a decline. If anything, we've seen an uptick in the bird's health.
The project started in 2002 as a No Antibiotics Ever project. But the project became about care, and the antibiotic piece would come because of that.
Living pretty good, legs look good.
We added a PVP for animal care with USDA. So we started auditing our processes, and it really helped us improve. When you step back, No Antibiotics Ever and animal care aren't just technical programs. They're better for the birds, they're better for the farmers, and they're better for our food.
Some things I think Purdue is getting right is they are a family-based farm, and we're a family-based farm also, so it really, they see the practical side of farming. A lot of people really don't realize what it takes to put the chicken on the plate.
Everybody riding around the States may not realize that a lot of that locally grown corn and soy is going into the feed that's feeding the chickens here that's going to end up on the grocery shelf.
Going into the grocery store and actually seeing Purdue chickens in my local grocery store makes me feel proud to graze chickens for Purdue.